What's going on, everybody?
How's it
Back,
going, guys?
back, we're back after a dreadful week. Kudos to those who did a good job, man. Kudos to those who did a good job, man.
Yeah, it was a pretty tough weekend.
Yeah. A lot of hits and a lot of misses, man. I misfired on a lot of cylinders, but I got trapped. Not
hmm
like I could have got trapped way worse, but overall, I'm all right. I'm all right.
Yeah, it was a good week to teach you a valuable lesson. Yeah, but this week, the last week was one of the weeks where you get that old saying, never put all your eggs in one basket, and diversify.
Awesome, man. That's a perfect analogy right
Yeah,
there.
and we that that's something that I forgot to do. I guess I did diversify, not enough. Um, and at the same time, as we'll talk more about the podcast and what we learned in a bit, I'll break down certain things that um, you should not forget to check up on. But first of all, let's get into, so how did we do this week?
I know that's well. I have to go to my lineup. I definitely don't want to go. Okay, there's my lineup right there. Now, as you can see, I missed on all cylinders, man. This was my Thursday lineup, and
hmm
man, I don't even want to explain. It actually speaks for itself. I had a lot of chalk, but um, I'm really I'm really disappointed in Robinson.
hmm
I mean, I had about a good 90% of Robinson,
Yeah.
and he really let me down. He didn't get a catch to the fourth quarter. And San Diego, they just were insane, man.
Yeah.
They were insane. And Cutler just doing Cutler things, man. You know, overall, my lineup just stunk up the place, man.
Yeah.
But
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I was just say TJ Yeldon. Yeah, really, really disappointed me too. Um,
hmm
when
He had 8 receptions and 10 rushing yards, man.
yeah,
It's really, man, San Diego, they overwhelmed them, man.
yeah,
Big ups to San Diego, though, man. With the injuries going on over there, they lost Woodhead.
yeah. Oh, Woodhead hurt me so much, as you can see too.
I'm a Rivers fan, man. So
Mhm.
hopefully, he keep up the pace.
Yeah, and hopefully he doesn't put himself in those situations like Andrew Luck too. Where they always got to come back with that fourth quarter comeback, but not this time. This time he was actually able to close. So
Yeah.
a little bit about my lineup. It was decent. I didn't cash though with this one. Even in the cash lineups, I did a triple up. The funny thing was, I remember I didn't get to watch the game, the Monday night game, but I needed one more field goal, one more kick, just to be in the money. I needed 119, and Sturgis didn't. They went on the fourth down. They went for it, and they ended the game that way. And oh well.
Oh man, I know you was kicking yourself, man. He wasn't even kicking, man.
Yeah,
They
they
wouldn't
didn't
even
kick it. They
kick.
just they went for it. I'm like, fourth down. I'm like, they're just gonna go for the kill. I'm like, come on. I know. I bit my tongue and I was like, it's all right. Let's move on.
Mm-mm.
Let's move
Man,
on.
that's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, it's all right though. I'll just it goes back to just we live and we learn. It teaches us something really,
Yeah.
really. It gets our
I that the DFS game of the week. Uh, I actually wasn't feeling that game. The Giants and Saints. I
Yeah.
didn't load up on that game like that. I had a feeling Cam was gonna, do real nice. Want to. I wish I would have just went all in with Cam. I did good on a few lineups. I had Cam stacked with Benjamin and the tight end. What's his name?
Fleener or
No, no,
no?
no, no. Olsen.
Olsen. Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had that. I had that triple stack in like two lineups.
Wow.
Those cast pretty good for me on DraftKings.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I took a loss on took about a $30 or $40 loss on DraftKings and around about the same on Fanduel. But
Yeah.
I hey I'm real happy with that loss.
Hmm.
It could have been worse.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't have too much exposure to that Saints game because I didn't feel it.
Hmm.
But most of my other players they dropped the ball also. So it was a good learning experience, man.
Oh yeah. Sure it was. It sure it was. Last week I did just I lost just about the same too. I lost about probably a good $30 in DraftKings. It was looking so good. As well, I'm gonna tell you guys what I've learned, and I made another mistake that I've already made before, and I should have been smarter. I should have been smarter about it, but I was being unconscious about that my decisions, and I'm paying the price for it. And I'll explain to you what I did, but simply I had majority of my players in the morning slate. So when the afternoon games came, it was goodbye to all my winnings.
I know that.
It was goodbye, and I was so mad at myself for to have not seen that. Like it was like 95% of my players were in the morning games, and it was good
Mm.
enough to where I was cashing out in the GPPs. I played the $1 million game. I played the $1 million lineup, and I did decent. I got up to like 120 points in the morning, and that was enough to cash me out just for the morning game. And then, as you know, the afternoon games they hit it off, man.
Yes,
They
yes.
they hit it off, and I was nowhere even close in the money line after the afternoon games. So the big lesson was just make sure you don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yep. I
Yeah.
mean, you can be successful like that. I mean, it
Mhm.
wasn't like you did it on purpose. You just
Yeah.
pick who you like. Now, if
Mhm.
those people, you pick the right people, and they go off real nice for you, then there's a possibility they can't catch you because nobody can catch you. Because actually, outside of the afternoon games, that like that Bears game, it was really garbage, and you
Yeah.
know, I mean, those players were very, very low on. I mean,
Oh yes.
Cutler, he was 3%. Alshon was probably 8% in this in my Thursday to Monday.
Mhm.
A couple of those the Bears defense was about 3%. But yeah, sometimes you'd have to scatter your shots across the slate. That once you look at the whole slate and analyze the games, somebody like I always say, that late night hammer. A lot of people take pride in that. I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I call it. A lot of people call it that late night hammer, where you
Mhm.
got somebody coming in late night and they do well, and
Mhm.
carry over through the rest of
Mhm.
these games.
I love seeing those, man. I always try to have a late night hammer too.
Hmm.
I always because I know that if you don't do that, it usually goes against you. You're just sweating bullets, man.
Yep.
But sometimes it's the opposite. Yeah, sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes it's most of the time it's where I mean no, you might get lucky to where all the point scoring was in the morning, and then in the afternoons it's nothing, you know. But
That's how Smizzle he won that $1 million
hmm
on DraftKings. Diggs went crazy,
yeah. Oh
and
yes,
that put him over the top.
yeah. I saw that. I saw it this morning looking at his winning lineup, his flex position. How incredible is that, man?
Yeah, yeah. Benjamin. Oh man, that was nice.
Yeah, right. It was. Let me
I
pull.
mean, it was only right though. It was only right. I mean, those guys are 1 and 2 receivers. I mean, what do you expect? I mean, if they have a good game, they have a good game. But they're playable. You know.
Yeah, that was just that was just incredible on his behalf. Like being able to be that ballsy and just to go for it, go for those picks, you know. Cause I'm like I I didn't think that Sam Bradford would have that kind of connection right away with Diggs.
What that man? Diggs, yeah. Diggs was getting himself open. That's what he's gonna do. And like I said, he's probably gonna do that. He's probably gonna do that all season if they let him. But then now they have to deal with this injury with Adrian Peterson now. It's going to be interesting to see how these teams are going to play him. Now I know they're probably going to have Jerick McKinnon step in, but it's going to be interesting. Bradford's going to have to live up to that price tag they paid for him.
Yeah. Well, he did pretty good last night, man. It was
Yeah,
that's a good win, a division game against a pretty tough Packers team, and
yes,
to do that to Aaron Rodgers, that's pretty impressive. You know, just I think he just probably learned the playbook in like a week or two.
yeah.
Oh man,
That Broncos. Look at Smizzle's lineup right
yeah,
here. That Broncos defense, man. I know they got the good defense, man, but yeah, I wasn't expecting 20 points from the defense.
I
You know,
did. I
man,
I knew. I mean, like I did an afternoon lineup too, and I did have the Broncos D. I kind of knew the Broncos D would give um uh, give Andrew Luck a hard time, even though is it Von Miller? Von Miller's out, I believe,
yeah,
and they still were able to rattle him. But I did not expect it to go that much, that high, two touchdowns, you know.
yeah.
But Diggs and see he Antonio Gates, mm, that was his only his lowest points. Antonio Gates, Marvin Jones, that's a great pick. Travis Benjamin, that's also man the Benjamins, man. The Benjamins
I
brought
was
in the
about to mention
Benjamins,
this,
fam.
baby.
Yeah.
I was about to mention this, baby.
Man, he had LeGarrette Blount. So I mean, like, I remember in the morning just watching New England just tear up Miami. Garoppolo was just doing fantastic.
Wasn't he? He got hurt.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
gonna be
very interested to see
interesting
how
to
that's
see.
gonna go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's move on. Let's move on. All right, so let's look at so who did really good. The highest scoring player of the week was I believe it was Matt Forte. Let me double check.
I think Matt Forte on DraftKings. I think Matt Forte had about
30
33.
Yes, 33.9. Wow.
I
Uh,
see Cam sitting there with 34.8.
correct. And Matt Ryan did a pretty good job too.
Diggs right there with 36.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys they really performed, man.
Yeah, they sure did.
Um,
Cam was a little bit late, but I had seen him at the top value, and he definitely was able to live up to it. They covered the spread by easily in the second half. Uh,
man, if they had Benjamin last year, man, I think They definitely win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I
undefeated
don't
and
know what
everything,
that.
huh?
I don't know about undefeated, but uh, I don't know. I don't even know if they even get to run the score up like they did last year,
Hmm.
because you actually didn't know where it was coming from
Hmm.
with all those receivers,
Yeah.
how he was spreading the ball around. But man, he's got a, you know, he's got Benjamin and
Ted Ginn Jr., Olsen.
Olsen. Oh man, those two targets right there, man. Mm.
Yeah, right. Just a work of art right now for Cam Newton because he does such a good job distributing the ball around.
And he's like everything, legs. He's the center of attraction.
Yeah.
How can you really, he's basically like, how can you really stop me around that goal line? He's a big boy. When he gets a chance to put it in, he can punch it in himself.
Oh yeah. And he doesn't mind. He doesn't mind
Nope.
taking the hit. He'll do it. He'll do it because my Cam Newton is Superman. So there were a lot of buses last week for sure. I'm done with Fleener. I'm not going back with him. I trusted him again. I'm done, and I, even though like Monday's lineup is gonna look so good for that, the over under is at 53 against the
Mm-hmm.
Saints. One of them
Yep.
gotta go to Fleener. I know it probably might be that week, but I'm glad it's a Monday game, and my games are gonna be just Sunday only, so I don't have to worry about Fleener anymore.
that game last year, with the New Orleans Saints and the Giants, they were New Orleans was at home, right?
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right,
they were in
right.
the dome, so
I think Bree's gonna get these guys in the dome. He's gonna clown
oh
Monday.
yeah, yeah,
I think he's gonna clown Monday.
yeah. They're out for that first W, man, and they've lost two pretty tough games. Pretty
Yeah.
tough games. Snead did pay his dividends, but that was a pretty tough loss over the weekend too for them to have them get really defensive. But so and also we saw Allen Robinson, Blake Bortles, and Allen Robinson. I just don't know anymore.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. Week before last, man, I was really loving him coming into week three.
Mhm.
He's been targeting Robinson a lot.
Mhm.
Week two, he had like 14 or 15 targets, and they ran across those San Diego corners, man. I didn't know those guys were going to be that rough, and you know, they put the clamps on Hearns and
Yeah.
Robinson, man.
And,
Robinson didn't even get that many targets, probably about 7 or 8.
yeah.
I had a nice amount. I was looking for that game to be a shootout. I had a nice amount of Robinson. If I would have just flipped the script and had
Travis Benjamin, huh?
yes, Benjamin, man, it would have been a nice day. But hey, it is. I could have easily had a nice day if I picked the right person.
Correct.
So
Yeah. Correct. Correct.
I ain't worried about
This is the thrill. This is the thrill.
it.
You know,
Mm,
this one will only set up for the next one when we finally get that big win. And I know I'm trying to steer away from GPP, but I'm like, you know what? These cash games don't do it.
yeah, man. Well, I done broke it down. What I did, I broke it down. I'm cheating. I broke it down. I like GPPs on DraftKings.
Yeah.
So I've been throwing my darts over there,
Yeah.
and
That,
I like FanDuel for cash.
yeah. That's somewhat what I've been trying to transition myself into too. I'm trying to get into those qualifier games from FanDuel.
Yeah,
I'm just like, man, maybe one of these $3 tickets will, I might get lucky and get in there and you get the,
Catch you.
yeah, right,
Be on the lookout for those satellites and things for that monster. The like $2,
yeah,
and first place get a monster ticket. That's a $300 NFL ticket. You know,
yeah. Tell me, can you talk more about those monster tickets? I have no idea about those monster tickets. I've seen them.
well, they're $300, man.
Mm-hmm.
$300 entry, and yeah. If you don't want, if you can pay your $300, or you can shoot at those satellites and qualifiers and things like that
Mm-hmm.
all the time, and like the monster tickets, those normally just first place one ticket. Then you might have uh, tickets to the Sunday Million, like the $25 tickets. So you might they might have first, second, and third might get one of those
Yeah,
for a certain amount of people in the contest. So and then other sports offer them too, so you can like play baseball,
mm-hmm.
and they'll have a monster ticket prize. So you can do some searching around for the right qualified tickets, and the right satellites and things like that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm seeing these qualifiers. These are huge payouts, man. Let's see. First place gets a trip to Los Angeles for. Uh,
Right.
you got to go into the finals. I think this is throughout the whole season, though. I believe, right? They're probably gonna give
Yeah, I
out.
believe.
They're,
I don't I don't even play those, but
mm-hmm.
yeah.
And it seems like it's in your best interest to play the expensive ones, like the $300 ones. So the odds of you getting up there's a lot better. But man,
Yep.
$300 though. I had to pull
And
out.
then not just those, a lot of different tickets,
Yeah.
like like during preseason,
Mm-hmm.
they had like on DraftKings, they had you know, the 25 cent games. But there was like qualifiers and tickets. You can win like the $3 million tickets, the $3 big million tickets for week one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all through preseason, a lot of people they were playing those for a quarter. Stack up those tickets. Here comes week one comes around, and then you got like 10 or 15 tickets.
Yeah. Getting ready to
And,
go in, huh?
and all those, yeah, playing them. Letting them ride.
Wow.
Like I was playing those on DraftKings, the steps. I don't know how I got in. I didn't really too much know nothing about. They call
Uh
steps.
huh.
So I got to step one. I had a step one ticket. I went from step one to step two. I think step two tickets were $25 value,
Oh, was that right?
and then I got to step three, which was no, maybe step three was $25 value,
Uh huh.
and then it's like I think it's a 10 player tournament,
Uh huh.
and then the top two get a ticket to step four.
Uh huh.
So step four is $88 tickets
Wow.
into a 6 man contest,
Wow.
and that's the last step. So I made it to the last step. So that's I'll be
Wow.
step. I guess what is it? First is 6 man
Uh
contest.
huh.
First and second get paid $200 a piece,
Wow.
and third place get paid $88, which you get another. It's like another shot
Mm-hmm.
at getting to step four again. So
Mm. So,
top, three people get paid.
okay. So does it work like this? I'm trying to understand that. Do you get the prize too for every
You don't
step
get the prize until
until you?
step four.
Oh, I see.
You don't get the cash prize until step four.
Okay. Okay.
So
I was thinking you go like you can stack the step prizes. You get the
no, the first I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how I got the first ticket, but I got the first ticket, and I had the ticket for about 6 months.
Uh huh.
And I just checked my tickets, and then I just said, you know what? Let me play these tickets. I played one in MLB, and I ended up winning. And
Wow.
then I'm like, step two. I asked somebody how does this work? And they explained to me how it worked. Well, then I'm like, okay, well, I'm on step two. Then I played I played week one,
Uh huh.
and then that got me up to step three. Or what was that? I played week two, I think, and that got me up to step three. And then I played week four, and that got me up to, I mean, week three, and that got me up to step four. So I'm at step four right now. The last step, $88 ticket, 6-man tournament. Top two get $200, and then uh, the third place gets another $88 ticket.
Oh
The
wow. So top three, huh?
second chance.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
then everyone else, if you place fourth, and I mean you place below that, then that's it.
Yep. You booked.
Um.
But when I went in there, I see all the sharks is in there, so I see that's where it's at.
Oh, so that's where they swim, huh?
Mhm.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
Let's look up at the matchups this week. So Thursday night we got Houston and New England. Houston's going against the rookie. I mean the third string quarterback. I forget his name already.
I
But
think his name is
yeah,
Brisket.
let me. I think he should come up. Yeah, Jacoby Brissett, huh?
Hmm.
Wow. Yeah, he's.
I didn't really watch because I know he played last game.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of, if I'm not mistaken, it was a lot of dink and dunk throws.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, I remember week one they were blocking. That Bennett was blocking,
Mm-hmm.
trying to protect Garoppolo.
Yep.
Then I believe what was that week two Bennett went off, right?
Yeah, he sure did.
Uh, Garoppolo, what was it? Did he get away? He got away. He
Mm-hmm.
got away right then, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No. He got off, and now look what happened. I didn't even see the hit or whatever, but maybe Gronk will be back, and Bennett can sit in and block a little more because they're gonna have to protect them, and then there's gonna be, I don't know how Belichick's gonna try to pull this one out, but he's gonna pull out everything he got from White to Blunt. He's gonna be pulling out some of everything, man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So that's I mean I'm really liking Houston's defense on that game.
Yeah, I took Houston defense in that Monday Thursday,
Yeah, me too.
so I'm looking for J.J. Watt,
Oh yeah.
Jadavian Clowney, and
Yeah,
all
those
them
two.
boys to
Yeah.
try to do something.
Yeah, those two rattled up Alex Smith, man. He only got 3 points, I think.
Mm, mm, mm.
That was just what a complete makeover, man, compared to last year.
Yeah,
When they had was it Hoyer that was on the other side last year? Was it at the QB position? I forget. Was it Hoyer or Mallet? I forget.
there was a lot of controversy in there. I know that.
Yeah.
When they like they remember that game when they took him out.
Yeah. Oh man,
He
that's
got hurt. He wanted to go back in the game so bad. Hoyer wanted to go in the game so bad. He just looked like a little kid out there, man. Like your mom telling you, no, just stay in the house. And that was the end of that.
oh yeah. So then, oh man, Cleveland did really well last week too. Surprisingly, that first half, who knew that Crowell and Coleman, huh? Oof.
Hmm.
I,
That was crazy right there. But I know McCown, man. I know McCown. He's a smart quarterback, man.
yeah, just so sad for the whole Browns organization, man. Losing
Damn, man.
losing RG3 and then losing your next best guy.
Yeah, man. I'm thinking about having Pryor in the lineup or so because they're gonna have to do something. You never know what's gonna
Oh,
happen,
you're
man. You know,
right. I
Pryor.
forgot. Yeah, Pryor's a QB too, huh?
Even Edelman, he played a little quarterback too. So watch
Yeah,
out.
right. Oh, yeah, you're right. I guess
Hmm.
the Super Bowl sneaky play, you know. So
So watch out for that.
yeah,
But I'm
I'm liking Miami's D for that Cleveland game too.
yeah, I like Miami D in that one, and I also like Miami, man.
Yeah,
I like Miami.
yeah,
You know, hey, I'm picking. Hey, I'm picking on people now, man.
yeah.
Forget that.
Hell yeah. No
I'm
more.
definitely gonna pick on them.
Mm-hmm. We
I
got.
like Tannenhill. I
Mm-hmm.
like
Landry's gonna be good.
Landry.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at least gonna triple stack that with the defense at least.
Yeah, for sure.
I almost want to go kicker too, but we'll see.
All
Hmm.
right, so we'll go move on to Arizona and Buffalo. Arizona, I think that's gonna be one of those uh one of those sleeper games too, man.
Man, Watkins got to come on with it, man. He got to show me something. He's out there on that bad foot, still trying to play.
Yeah, so that really killed me last week too. I thought that Watkins was out, but he decided to play, and I didn't switch my lines quick enough. I had Woods in there, Robert Woods, and man, that hurted me so much.
Hmm. And Shady, come on now. You know they got to make it a game, man.
Yeah.
Because Arians, he don't really care about nobody. He's gonna come out there and throw it.
Hmm.
And David Johnson, I just I just got to have him in my lineup,
Yeah,
man.
man. I,
I got to have him in my lineup.
I think he's bound to set himself up to have
He
an
ain't
incredible
even
season.
yeah, he ain't even exploded yet,
Yeah,
man.
right. It just
When he gets the ball, he just looks like he's supposed to have the ball. That's what type of players I like, man.
yeah.
David Johnson, I really like him, man. He's got a bright future ahead of himself.
Oh yes. Uh,
And Floyd, I think Floyd's gonna stand up this game.
hmm.
I like Floyd in this game.
Yeah, and what's his name? Has been pretty consistent too. I can't even think of his name. The other wide receiver,
Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald. Yes. Man, my mind is completely at that. That
Then they
weekend.
got
That weekend has hurt me that much, man.
I know, right? Don't worry about it.
I got
They
him.
got some. They put some May knots upside my head. They might leave.
You've been brain
May
damaged,
not. They
man.
might. They may leave. Them knots they put upside my head.
Yeah.
They may leave. And they might not.
Yeah. But I'm gonna show you guys you can still win with those damages.
Yeah.
It's gonna be even more delicious. So Detroit and Green Bay. Now that should be a pretty high scoring game too. And
Yeah. I see earlier they had Green Bay by 10,
yeah,
and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. But maybe they feel like Green Bay about to get it together. Although they do have a history of beating up on Detroit. They got them by 8 right now.
yeah,
So this is a new Detroit, though. They haven't seen a Detroit like this minus Megatron. So
yeah. That part might have been the best thing that ever happened to Detroit because now that every before they were just really dependent on Megatron, but now you have to it's you don't have that safety net to fall anymore, even though it wasn't really a great safety net, but you're back in the battleground and you're in the salt mines and you got to work with what you got, and it was good seeing that Detroit was able to hold their own, and they're doing a fantastic job right now. Let's go into. But I like Green Bay's defense now. Green Bay always has a pretty good home defense for some reason.
right, those damn cheeseheads.
Yeah, and uh,
Really
and all
get them up in Bay, and
I
yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game.
I like Jordy Nelson at home too with Aaron Rodgers because those something about home, man. Those guys are just Aaron Rodgers just does so much better at home. It's
Cobb's Cobb's been kind of silent.
Yeah.
You know, Cobb's been kind of silent. And you never know what's gonna happen. Cobb might break out this game.
Yeah.
They got Green Bay up by 8. That's pretty nice. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens, man. Fatty Lacey over there.
I know.
He might.
Even Starks is getting kind of a little big too. I was watching it last night. Starks is kind of. I might nickname him Corn Starks next soon.
They got cornstarch and Fatty Lacey back there.
uh, so that's something that might be a good game to choose a couple of players from. I probably will have some Jordy Nelson lineups too. Baltimore and Jacksonville. I
Uh, we got Baltimore. It's supposed to be. I guess it's supposed to be a close game, man.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Uh,
Let's hope so.
yeah.
Wallace has been doing pretty good with
Has,
with Flacco.
has yeah, he's been pretty good, man. I had a little bit too much um Steve Smith last week,
Me too.
but he got me about 9 points on DraftKings. That wasn't bad for that type of week.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting for him to explode for that. I want to reap the benefits of that price. I think he's about 41 or 4,200 on DraftKings. I'm definitely waiting to reap the benefits, of that price. And then I know Steve Smith. He ain't, he's pretty vocal, man. He'll
Oh yeah.
listen. Hey, give me that ball.
He has. He does have that.
Wallace, he's been getting 6 targets, 6 targets, 8 targets, but he's been making the most out of it.
Yeah. Oh
Out
yeah.
of his targets, they've been really counting. Boom.
And the return of Dennis Pitta, man. Pita. He he was my sleeper pick last week, and he did pretty decent for DK. Gave you.
Yes, he did. He was getting it together.
Yeah.
He was getting
I was just so mad at myself. I put him in the wrong lineups.
it.
Like damn, man. I should have stacked him with
He
Wallace
had
and Flacco.
Pitta had about 9 or 10 catches, if I'm mistaken.
Yeah, he did, and he did pretty good. That was a good comeback from the end to win that game, even though it looked pretty difficult already in the first half for them to come back from that 2 point deficit.
He had 12 targets, 9 receptions, 102
Mm.
yards.
Now this
A
game,
touchdown would have really put him in good position.
this next game, man, Minnesota and Carolina. That's gonna be a pretty good clash. Minnesota got a pretty nice defense right now. Uh,
Uh, Minnesota. That game there is gonna be interesting to me. Carolina probably they're gonna pull it out. I want to see what Minnesota's defense is gonna be like. This is gonna be a nice test.
yeah, it sure will. It was, Minnesota will get to see how they stand with the superpower, and this will be good for Carolina too. They finally face someone, next to keep them on their heels too, after that terrible week 1 game of just barely losing by a little bit. This should be another good defense for them to build themselves up from. Um, I do like Cam in that game. If they're giving they're giving Carolina 7.5 for the spread, that should be. I mean, I don't think it's gonna hit. I don't think it's gonna cover. But I was wrong last week with the Niners. They sure did cover.
Right.
Yeah.
They'll be without
Yeah, they won't have Tolbert,
Stewart.
right? They have Whitaker now, I believe.
Yeah.
So
So they'll be without Stewart. So yeah. So
yeah, Stewart. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like I like Cam. I actually like Cam every time I see him. So Go figure.
Yeah,
Because of what he can do,
his
he can
upside,
do a lot.
yes. Oh, yes, his upside is so high because he could run
Hmm.
the ball, he give you rushing yards, he can get passing yards, and he likes getting himself touchdowns. So, Washington and the Giants, New York, 46. That one's gonna uh, that one's gonna be an interesting game because we get to see Norman again with
Hmm.
Odell Beckham Jr. And will they line up to each other? I mean, will they be matched up with each other? Who knows? Because Washington has to look out for the three receivers they have now that have been pretty good. Victor Cruz is back, and then it's Shepard, right? I believe the rookie,
Hmm.
which has done he's done a pretty good job in the last 2 weeks. So those corners are gonna have their hands full for sure.
Yeah, and they've been making some noise over there. Um, the players are not. I'm hearing the players not happy with the quarterback play in Washington.
Oh, is that right?
So he's gonna have to step it up.
Got to bring back that. You like that, huh?
Yeah, man, because I was liking that, and I'm not liking what's going on.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well,
definitely not.
46 over and under. So that's one to keep an eye on too. I'm done playing with Odell Beckham Jr. though. Even though he still give you a decent points for his price. There's too many receivers on that are getting ready to become all superstars.
Hmm.
So
He dropped a few, man. That could have put himself in a nice position fantasy wise.
mhm. But this could be the game to do it. I don't. I'm seeing him. He's probably gonna lose his composure again if him and Norman go at it again. So, or he might get ejected. That's just my conservative look at that game right now. But Victor
Hmm.
Cruz might be a good play for his value. But this next one is where I'm putting a lot of attention in. Oakland and Tennessee.
Yeah,
So Oakland has given up the most passing yards in the last 2 weeks. You know,
yeah.
so
Uh,
I love
I like
Delaney Walker, man. I'm going with Delaney Walker for sure.
yeah Delaney. I like Delaney, man. I like Delaney. I like I actually yeah. I went with Delaney and
Is it?
Mariota this week, man.
Mm-hmm.
For the week that just went past, I mean, what can you expect? I mean, he hooked up for a touchdown.
Yep.
Mariota got me a touchdown probably in the second half. I want to say, but I thought he was going to perform better this week. But I'm looking for a better performance this week coming up. So Sharp
Yes.
and those boys, they need they need to step it up.
Yeah, this would be a good week for them to do it. You know,
Mm,
at the same time, Derek Carr has been pretty consistent in the last 2 weeks too. Also,
yeah.
so you,
Same as Cooper.
yeah,
Cooper came on a little bit late last game, and I think he caught a big gainer for about 58 or something like that.
yeah,
And we were looking for him. I'm looking for him all day too.
yeah,
And I think Walford caught a touchdown. So Carr's been doing pretty decent.
yeah. That was a tough game for them uh, against the Falcons. They got really into it, and then that third, I think the last half, it got pretty defensive. As Julio did a good job that game, sitting with Matt Ryan.
He got banged up, and then he had to leave the game.
Yeah,
Man, he's been getting banged up.
all the stars from last
Uh,
year are getting banged up. Yeah,
Julio stays. He lives on the injury report, man.
yeah,
I don't know. He act like he plays football in the off season. Shit, he stays on the injury report, but I'm glad he made up for he scored some points last week, so that was good before he got out of there.
Yeah, it's enough just to get his price tag to pay dividends.
Tammy, Tammy's been stepping up. Matt Ryan likes Tammy, man. Ryan to Tammy, boom. So tight end Tammy,
Yeah,
he's been stepping. Keep an eye on Tammy, man.
that's
He's been
yeah that
been doing.
he's another. I mean, well, if you're not playing the Monday lineup, then yeah, if you are playing the Monday lineup, then yeah, make sure to put Tammy on your radar. I
His
would go
last
with
two games,
Tammy over Fillier.
yeah, he had his last two games. He had 8 targets, so he had a touchdown last game. So be on the lookout for Tammy.
All right, so let's go
As
into
far as this game overall, though,
yeah.
overall this is a Monday night game.
Hmm.
I'm,
It's gonna be a
I
high
just,
scoring game, man.
yeah. I hopefully it does. I'm neutral in this. I want to see them both win, but
Hmm.
just make it a good game, man.
Yeah, those guys really make it pretty exciting. I remember last season when they're in the dome too, and Watson went off that game. They
Mm,
I think they did take it to overtime. I forget if it's not. It was that down to that last play where they gave it to Spiller. Spiller took it home. And speaking about CJ Spiller, I heard who picked him up. I forget.
I missed that one. My schedule been so crazy, man,
Yeah,
with all these hours
yeah.
I've been working lately. But I have to run a check on them to see where to go.
I know. I won't have any time this weekend to do any research. Just all the research I'm going to be doing this week. So I
That's a good thing about football, though. At least we got some days,
hmm
in between
hmm yeah, the other
to try to catch up.
yeah, the other sports. If you're not on it, it pay any information that you don't get, you're gonna pay for it. You know.
Yeah.
But moving on to Denver and Cincinnati. Now,
Denver,
I don't.
Denver and Cincinnati. I'm
Everyone's liking Cincinnati's defense on that one. Both defenses will be a good pick, in my opinion.
I'm just I'm just gonna let them. I'm off of this game.
Yeah,
I'm off of this game. I'm just let them go out there and play.
yeah. I don't.
I ain't even, I ain't even gonna touch it. But those are the games you never know what happened,
Yeah,
man.
those are the ones that just.
The field will be off of that game, so somebody, if, hey,
Someone's gonna take off. Yeah,
anything can happen. Yeah,
hmm
anything can happen.
yeah,
It's good. It's good to see how long Denver gonna be able to hang on to that defense. So
yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
This is a test right here.
yeah. I feel really bad for Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas. Those guys are just they're just talent that's just rusting now.
I was big on Sanders for some reason. He kept running into my lineups, man. I was plugging him too, man. I
Knocking on
have a
your
good
door,
feeling
huh?
I had a good feeling about Sanders last week,
I fit
but
right
I
here.
can't fault him.
Yeah.
Everybody who busts for me, hey, everybody get a pass after last week. Everybody.
All right, L.A. and Tampa Bay. Now, that's I Tampa Bay is also giving up a lot of passing yards too. So even though LA's been under the radar, they did a good job holding off the Seahawks. Uh, I don't know if they're gonna have an outstanding offense game. I'm hoping they do, cause I got Keno.
Yeah, Tampa Bay been pretty good against the run, man. They have been these first couple games. They've been pretty good against the run, I believe.
Yeah,
And I know Gurley is just itching. He's just itching to do anything. But I still like the Tampa Bay passing attack.
yeah,
I, I like the passing attack in this game.
Winston is pretty good at that, man. He gives me that Cam Newton feel every time. Distributes the ball pretty equally out to everyone. His eyes are.
Mhm.
He's just as big as him, if not.
I don't know what type of adjustments they're gonna make. Martin, he's banged up, so we gotta see what's gonna happen with that.
Yeah.
But he targeted Winston. He targeted uh, uh,
That,
he targeted what's his
yeah.
name?
Evans.
About 16 or 17. Evans about 16 or 17 times last game, even though they had to pass because they're getting beat up on. But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Errors.
Evans is a target monster anywhere. He's a target monster anywhere it goes. So
Yeah.
I'm still like that passing attack for fantasy purposes.
All right. So we'll move on to San Francisco and Seattle. San Francisco, they have the spread at 9.5. I'm having a hard time seeing that too. I'm thinking it's just going to be a lousy defense game.
Yeah, if that San Francisco can step their defensive game up, and shit, they Seattle gonna be in trouble. Shit, them
Yeah, we're
Seattle man. Gurley guaranteed to win. He ain't do too much of nothing, but that defense stood up for them. You know, it was a good defensive game.
yeah. And this is a division game. This is actually a really key game for San Francisco and a key game for Seattle. So uh, having Seattle losing against the Rams, they can't afford losing another division game. And then this is a big. If San Francisco can win this game, if my Niners can win this game, this would be a great put us in a great situation for our division. So
I was completely off of that San Francisco, Seattle, and Rams game.
yeah,
I think this is a perfect time for me to jump back on Seattle right now, though.
yeah,
I didn't even see that 9.5 there.
yeah. It's huge,
Uh,
right? I'm
maybe maybe they can go ahead and release some release some steam this game
yeah.
because I remember I was saying I knew Carolina was going to release some steam.
Mm,
Maybe
same thing with Seattle, right?
maybe Seattle let off some frustration on you guys.
Probably will. Our corners are getting banged up, so
I'm gonna have to because I said that last week, man. I said Carolina gonna release uh some some frustration off on you guys last week, man. And I guess in the second half they
they finally
finally
did it.
answered the
Yeah,
call.
finally popped off.
So maybe Seattle might do the same, man. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to put some get up on. I'm gonna have to yeah. I'm gonna have to load up on some Seattle.
yeah. Russell Wilson probably he might be due this weekend. So
And slowly but surely, keep an eye on Jimmy Graham, man. I think he had about I don't know how many fancy points he had. I don't know how many targets he had. Let me see. Uh, Graham, he had a decent. I believe he had a decent amount of targets last game.
I had not checked up on Jimmy Graham. He's just been a ghost to me, man. Ever since I heard that they use him for blocking.
Yeah, he had 4 targets. Ain't that something? Well, I've been playing him on DraftKings, so it made it look like he had a little bit more.
Mm,
But he had 4 targets, probably close to about 9, 10 points on DraftKings. So
yeah.
3 receptions, he might get loose this game.
You know who's well, I mean the tight end that just makes me laugh all the time. That I'm just surprised. It keeps you on the edge. He's done it twice this week. Vance McDonald. Last week he caught
Oh, this
he
is,
caught a bomb. You know.
yeah, and he was gone too. He
Yeah.
had to chuck it.
And I don't know if he'll be able to do it again next week, but it might, man. It's just been a weird roller
Did you
coaster.
have?
No, I didn't have him. I didn't have him. My boss had him. My boss was like, "You don't believe in you don't believe in Vance McDonald anymore?" I'm like, I don't. Last week was just last minute. I can't rely on that last minute anymore. He did again last minute, and it was a big one too. And for his price, that was a great. That was good points to have. I think he gave up what 14, 15 points. I forget. with that. With
McDonald.
you know,
McDonald had yeah, on 2 targets. Nice 70 yard, 75 yards. But that touchdown, man, he was going for it.
yeah, it was.
It was so funny, man.
All right, the next game though, San Diego and Indianapolis. So this will be an interesting game. They got it.
I like,
Yeah, they got it 51 and a half over under.
yeah, yeah. That's about where I have it at. Yeah,
Uh,
I like both. I like both teams. I know. Luck, he's not backing down, man. He's coming out there slinging
mm-hmm.
right along with Rivers. You know, they can sling it if they can, if they have to. He's gonna sling it. Uh, Running back, what's his Gordon?
Yeah, Gordon, man.
Interesting, man. He's real interesting, ain't he, man? He
Yeah,
got a
right.
nice juicy matchup coming up this week.
Yeah, he's. I'm definitely playing him this week. I missed him. I missed him on the last two games, and Woodhead leaving out early like that really hurt me too. So it's
Oh
all
man,
good. It's all good to go now to go with Gordon. Knowing the Colts, man, the Colts are just they've been giving up a lot of rushing yards. C.J. Anderson did really well against them, and Frank Gore might be a good pick too.
um,
Might.
maybe maybe in GPPs, I'm really much off of him. I'm just looking. I'm looking for some arm strength. I want to see them sling it with because uh, I gotta check. I didn't run a check on the corners.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Coach lost another one last week. Their secondary is just poor. It's very poor,
Mm-hmm.
and anybody can if anybody can exploit that secondary. Rivers can do it, man. He can make you look like a fool, or sometimes it can backfire. So
Yeah,
I'm like Rivers too, man, and
I know the
uh,
last thing I want to see is Rivers just giving up pick sixes,
right.
and I know he does that on those weird games, the games that you don't expect, where he's it's too overconfident on him, you know.
A game like
Yeah.
this.
So just like I just because I remember when they were playing Pittsburgh last year, and he was just not getting his mind right. It took the last 4 minutes of the game for him to get his mind right. So I guess he needs I don't know. I hate to see him under pressure, but for some reason he needs to get there too. Same thing goes with Andrew Luck. He likes to just stack on the pressure
Hmm.
unintentionally too. You know. So
Hmm.
I'm really curious to see how this game's gonna come out. And they really they have the Colts coming on top. So this is interesting, very interesting, and it should be a high scoring game. Travis Benjamin's gonna be a good pick. Um,
Travis Benjamin, Tyrell Williams,
Melvin Gordon,
those two
Antonio Gates. Man, you can the list just goes on, man.
old man Gates, Granddaddy
Yeah.
Gates.
So we'll move on to the Jets and Kansas City. Kansas City
Uh,
really needs to have Jamal Charles come back.
he might be back this week, I
Yeah,
believe.
he might.
He might be back this week.
That's something you gotta pay close
Uh,
attention. Sunday morning, you gotta pay close attention to that. That could be
mm,
a complete game changer. Uh,
mm,
Forte with the Jets has just been amazing because I
yeah,
think because man he fits that system really well. When you got two amazing wide receivers like Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker, you know, and to have him in that flex position for them, you know, it's just it's a work of beauty, man.
yeah. Well, Forte, Forte is like a quarterback's best friend, man.
Hmm.
He can catch the ball.
Hmm.
That's probably his best. That's probably his best attribute is catching that ball and getting in the open field and doing what he does. But he can also run.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a plus, man. When anytime you can have that, that's a plus.
For sure.
You get in trouble, you know, especially when you got that good chemistry. You already know where Forte is at all times and things like that. Then he's safety blanket, man, bail you out.
Yeah. He.
Good field vision and everything.
Yeah.
Forte is a beast.
Um, Revis has been slowly declining this season, though. He got beat last week. Um,
He got enough time. He got enough time to sharpen it up,
yeah.
though.
So he's hopefully hopefully he doesn't bust what's his name from Denver, Champ.
Oh,
Where just slowly declines and declines and declines because I know Revis has been in for a long time, but I still consider him one of the best. Maybe he's just relaxing a little bit too much. The other guys are just coming in to prove something against him. They're just thriving against him. Like
yeah.
AJ Green did a good job, and then last week I forgot who ran over him. But that's something. I wouldn't be really worried too much. Kansas State doesn't really have much receivers. Albert Wilson, Macklin, Alex rarely throws past 10 yards. So
Mm-hmm.
so we'll see. We'll see that game. I do like the Jets offense. You probably can get Eric Decker looks good. Um,
He said he's good to go.
mm,
He was a little banged up, and then Marshall, we gotta monitor Marshall,
mm-hmm.
man.
Marshall's question too,
I hope.
isn't
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He had aggravated his knee or whatever, but he should. Hopefully, he's good to
he?
go.
Yeah, he needs to be because he's gonna lose the bet.
Yeah, depending on like I said, Decker said he's playing.
Yeah.
And depending on their health, it's gonna it'll be a couple days before I know what I want to do with the Jets.
Um,
But I like Forte, no matter
yeah,
what,
Forte for sure. He's been so consistent. Can't go wrong with him. Can't.
especially on
Oh
DraftKings.
yes, knowing that PPR system works perfect for this guy. Perfect.
Hmm.
Perfect. All right, Pittsburgh and Philly. Now this is something that I find very interesting too. This should be a nice shootout because Wentz has done a pretty good job with that Philly offense.
Yeah, I think Roethlisberger gonna come in and spank him on his butt.
Yeah.
Nah, though. Yeah, dynamic offense, man. However you want to look at it, them
So
boys can go
dynamic.
out there without a coach.
Yeah.
They can go out there without a coach and run that offense.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Will.
they got a three-headed monster going on right now and then they got slowly but surely Jesse James coming into his own. So
You know.
uh, I like Pittsburgh any day, man.
Oh yeah. Especially Williams right now. Williams have been so consistent.
And you see that picture he tweeted out? He saluted to all his fantasy
Yeah.
owners. That's what I'm talking about, man. Shout us
Yeah,
out,
right.
man.
Show us some love,
Shout
man.
us out.
Show us some love. That's so funny. I'm
Yes.
sure they have their own little leagues of their own too. You know.
And they playing
Yeah,
themselves,
right.
man.
And it's just it's incredible. I had a conversation with my boss today just about how great of a situation Pittsburgh has, losing the top running back, someone like Le'Veon Bell, and to have an incredible backup like um, Williams.
Hmm. Williams gets the job done, man. He gets the job done, and they ain't gonna lose a beat when Le'Veon come back. Depending on how effective he is, which that's not a question. How he's gonna be effective, but they're not gonna lose a beat,
I
man.
know, man.
They can keep it going all game long.
I know, and they already got a monster named Antonio Brown in that game too. So it's just It's crazy when those guys when their complete picture comes back in the game, But they're doing just fine right now. They already look like a giant already to tackle with.
Right. Pittsburgh just knows how to play football, but see, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to expect from this Philly.
Hmm.
I mean, they're just gonna have to go. It's remain. It's yet to be seen. I don't know what's gonna happen. I know they played my Bears last night.
Hmm.
My Bears just playing out stink. That's all.
Yeah.
Uh, this gonna be a nice test for
For Wentz. Oh
Wentz.
yes. S-
Be a nice test for him, man.
s-
He's gonna have to.
Work under that incredible pressure, man. That.
But the defense has been looking solid. So
Mhm.
you know, the defense got a bigger problem on their hands than
Oh
Wentz.
yeah.
Hmm.
From every angle. From
Yep.
every angle, it's a nightmare. It is a nightmare. Those guys in the locker room right now are probably just like, what's the game plan, man? We can't even afford a double coverage. Now, we'll move on to your Bears in Dallas. Now that's an interesting game too.
Yeah, I'm all over Dallas. I like the offensive line. I like, Dez might go up and he might twerk on us in the end zone. Beasley gonna catch him
Yeah, I'm
about
hoping Beasley. Yeah, I'm hoping Beasley. To,
7 or 8 dinking dunks, and then
damn.
like Witten, he had about 14 or 15 targets last game. Dak should Dak should Dak should dab on us.
Yeah. uh, that's a that's a really good game to end your lineups with too. Any one of them. I really like Beasley that week. I'm hoping this might be the week he actually gets his first touchdown. He gets a lot of touches. I like seeing him running around like he's Amendola and Edelman. Um, that and like you said, we might finally see Des Bryant finally you know come back, and they're playing at home.
Hmm.
That's gonna be a really good game to see. And depending on what Hoyer is it Hoyer? That's your backup right now.
Yeah.
Uh
So I don't know. I don't know what this color situation, but
huh.
I hope Boyer gets a chance to go ahead and play.
Hmm.
Color he can drive home, stay home, or whatever.
That was
Uh,
that bad
I'm
now, huh?
fed, I'm fed up with him, man.
Damn.
I'm fed up with him. I don't like his body language. I'm starting not to, man. I'm a ride or die, man. I roll with color for forever, man.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna. I still ain't finna. I'm still not gonna give up on him, man. But
Hmm.
after that first hit, his hand was hurting.
And
He should have left after the first.
uh
When he hurt his hand, he threw the ball to the receiver's foot. It then came right back and threw an interception. He should have. Man, he should have just stayed out the game, man.
mm,
But we're Chicago. We're bad, man. We just lost two. I think two of our top defensive players. Our nose tackle, I forget his name. I think we lost Danny Trevathan. Trevathan, yeah. So we look real bad, man. Real bad, man. I don't know when the funeral, but I keep you guys posted.
we'll all see it. It's prime time. We'll all see it.
Mhm.
uh, and then last but not least, the Saints and Atlanta. I think we don't need to say no more. That's gonna be that'll be a good way to end the week. Sit down and watch a really entertaining game. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a high tempo, high.
Mhm.
The offense is gonna be amazing, and they're in the
Mhm.
dome, so something
Oh,
special is gonna happen.
yeah, because they both used to
Uh
domes,
huh.
so
This is.
we should see some dome
Yep.
shots.
Oh yeah. Just
Yeah, I like Hey, I mean, I like the game. I like I like Julio, man.
hmm
Iron in that game. I like the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
I've been I've been I've been playing Michael Thomas a little bit lately,
Mm-hmm.
man. You know, he gets his little 5 or 6 targets. I'm just waiting on him to go off. But he don't drop them though. He probably for week 1 and 2 he probably got about 11, 12 targets. So he's probably about 10, 11 for those targets. Just hadn't gotten in the end zone yet.
Yeah. I'm still betting Fleener ain't gonna do anything, man.
I was on Fleener week 1 and partially week 2.
Yeah.
I ain't even playing week 2. I didn't play week 1. I was on him, man, and that was that.
My boss
That was
my
that.
boss told me, hey man, do the three strike rules, man. First time, it's all right. Second time is all right, but the third time he's got to do it. I'm like, no, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Thank goodness he's on a Monday night game. I might play him on a Monday and Thursday. But I like Tammy. I like Tammy more than that in that situation. So that should be a good week 3. Hopefully enough for us to recover from what happened in week 2. To end this podcast, we're gonna show you guys who we're gonna be going with, and here are.
Not them. Not
No.
no, that's for sure.
Watch that be the week. I mean, watch them all go off this week. So here's our week 3 lineups. I'll start off first. I have Keenum. Yes, I have Keenum. Surprisingly, yes, I have Keenum. For the reasons, I just feel like him and Britt might finally get a good rhythm going there, because Tampa Bay did give up a lot of passing yards. So I'm hoping that trend goes on over there. And Keenum has yet to throw a touchdown. So hopefully this will be this game. This game, man.
I think LA that's giving out burgers or something. I seen that today.
Oh, is that right?
What was that? In and out or a circus burger or something? Yeah, they're giving
They
out
give out
burgers.
whatever they can to get them to at least get one touchdown, because they've been dry. They've been dry. We don't want points from the kickers anymore. We want actual touchdowns. I got D'Angelo Williams. He's just been so good, so consistent. 8,800. That's to me, that's still cheap for what he's been able to do in the last 2 games. So I'm going with Williams. Now that Woodhead is out, you gotta go with Gordon. You gotta go with Gordon. I know he's gonna be a high ownership. He's doing incredible. Maybe that off season, we were joking around today. That off season with Peterson, he took Peterson's power, and they switched roles.
Mhm.
So I mean, hopefully Peterson recovers up soon. Hopefully that's not a bad injury. Hate to see where he's at. He's been so good to us fantasy players. Hopefully Peterson gets back well. Wallace has been really consistent. I'm really liking his new chemistry with Flacco. So they're going against Jacksonville. We know what Jacksonville's been doing. They've just been they're just acting so funny on that team. They're unorganized. Their chemistries are just everywhere. Hopefully, Mike Wallace gets to capitalize on that over that weekend. Another person who's been really consistent too is it's good seeing Benjamin come back. I'm going with Carolina. I'm going with Cam and Benjamin again, along with the other Benjamin, which is a little bit risky. I like that now that Travis Benjamin now has been Rivers' main target. Those two have been pretty good with their chemistry, as we saw last week. Got to go with Delaney Walker too against Oakland, who also gives out a lot of passing yards. I just been loving the Phillies kicker. He's been doing pretty good in the last 2 games. And I'm going to bank off of the Dolphins, making sure Cleveland don't get anything.
Hmm.
So go ahead and explain your line, Denzel.
Well, going with Tannehill, he had a pretty nice game. I know he probably, last game he did pretty well. He had about 20, like about 20 some fantasy points, 25. So hopefully he can, keep it going
Hmm.
against Cleveland. I'm taking David Johnson because he's just a straight up stud, man, and I, we haven't even seen what he can do yet. You know, yeah,
He's
he's yet
so
to
amazing,
explode.
man. He's so amazing.
Hmm.
I I love watching that guy play.
And Forte, I mean Forte, he's just playable to me, man, because he's just like that Swiss Army knife, man. He can do
Hmm.
it. He can do it all. He can catch and run.
You feel comfortable
So
playing them in Fanduel too, huh? Yeah.
Forte, yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
I
He's a
think
Swiss.
his biggest dividends would be over on DraftKings.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he had about. The funny thing is, he had about 30, probably about 34 on DraftKings or something like
Yeah.
that,
Right.
and he had 29.9 on FanDuel, and he had 30 rushing attempts.
Wow.
So he's just like, I'm gonna have to ride him until he go ahead and get up
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
because it seems like they trying to get all their money's worth out of
Yeah.
him. So anyway, Landry, target monster.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take him.
Mm-hmm. I like Landry
You
too.
know, I believe, yeah, he plays special teams,
Mm-hmm.
so he can take one home.
Mm-hmm.
Anything, he can surprise you with a big game, especially against
Yeah, that's
Cleveland.
a good week for him to do that too.
I'm iffy on Steve
I
Smith
love it though, man. I
on,
love that
on,
you're playing
on
him.
FanDuel. On FanDuel, I love him on
Uh-huh.
DraftKings, but I said I'm gonna go ahead and throw him in on FanDuel. I love him on DraftKings. He's 4,100, I
Yeah.
believe. He's 63 on FanDuel. It's a toss up between him and Diggs because I have 100 left
Oh, is
over,
that
and
right?
Diggs is like 6,400. So I'm just go ahead and stick with Steve Smith going against
Yeah.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, I like that.
I know he still got it, so it is what it is. Evans, I'm looking for Evans. Uh, I believe
Winston.
him and Winston can hook
Mm-hmm.
up one time
Mm-hmm.
or 10 times because he targeted him about 15 times a game. And
That's not too bad.
Witten got about 14, 15 targets last game, and hey, I'm praying on the week right now, man, on most of my lineup. So, man, the Bears just go ahead and eat,
Yeah.
man. I just want them to go ahead and eat.
Yeah.
And I just know the Dallas will be able to move the ball. So I'm taking Bailey
Yeah, that's
at
a
home.
great kid. I love Bailey too, man. What he's been
Yeah,
with Dak
and
Prescott.
yep, and I just know they'll be able to move the ball. So push come to shove, leave it up to Bailey.
Yeah, that boy kicks.
And Miami D
Yep.
praying on the week.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna do a lot of praying on the week from now on. Let's go ahead and stomp on them.
Yeah. After last week, it sure does shift the equation for all of us.
It makes sense, man. It makes
Yeah.
sense, man.
I just hope that it's not it doesn't throw us too deep into the emotional side to where we forget logic again. Because as uh as we saw last week, emotions got the best out of me going into that trap game with the
Yeah.
with the Saints and the Giants. But I'm really excited for this week, and this is gonna be really challenging week for myself because I won't have my schedule's so booked this week. I got these crazy exams that are gonna screw me over, and I can't choose football over it. Unless I win that $1 million lineup. I'm done with school. I'll,
DFS got fuck with that right
unless
there
yeah,
with that.
unless DFS can persuade me the other way. uh, yes, I'm really hoping to lock up my lineups real soon. As I will be sharing it on my YouTube page too, and I think we'll start doing that too, Nazelle, for this page, for this YouTube channel. Start showing who we're gonna quickly go with for the weekend to
Yeah,
give people some insights.
awesome.
Yeah, but that's our podcast for today. If you guys have any questions, please leave us a comment down below. Thank you guys for watching. I know it's been this one was a little bit extra longer because we went through each matchup. Hopefully, week 2 didn't really hurt you guys as much as it did for us too. And if you guys have anything that we're not aware of, please share. Please share. And if you guys aren't in our Facebook group, please come join. That's where the real discussion comes through, and you get to see everyone else's mindsets and how they choose their players and their perspectives on why you shouldn't play certain players, which is always good to have. But hopefully,
Yep.
week 3 goes well for you guys. Anything else that you want to say today, Denzel?
No. Peace.
Yeah. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you guys in week 4.